Bro, the OM situation is just tragic as hell. It is actually just tragic, bro.
Oh,
The
good to
fact
see you.
that people can't just accept when, like, music, no matter what. Yeah, I'm not buying that, but like, they can't just accept that. It's kind of sad. That's not kind of, it definitely is. Like, dude, I can't believe them, honestly. It's just like TD Reborn all over again. Like, these games are destined for this crap. Like, I don't get it, bro. Personally, like, they were sending like death threats apparently, were doxing over like Shadow's solo theme, which, by the way, is just sad because it wasn't even that bad. It was decent. Like, it wasn't my cup of tea, but personally, yeah. What makes it worse is just the fact that, like, apparently, that guy Raymond, the dude who made like Field of the Fury and and Break Free, apparently just was having major harassment issues, and it was affecting his mental health and stuff, which obviously is very important. So, you know, you kind of have to respect the decision. However, people just were like really, really bad. Like, well, to be fair, I only saw like one or two things, but even then, I guarantee there was tons because if it's that big of an issue where like people are leaving and taking their music away with them, then like chances are it's probably a lot of people, like a decent bit, Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like only like a few hundred people or a couple, like 20 people or something, They're like trolls and, at that point I can still understand why. Like, I don't like people hating what I make either, obviously. So I can understand what they mean. Obviously, you're open to criticize something, but you don't have to like dox people. Yeah, like Juno, I think their name is, got doxxed and swatted, and or was it? I don't really remember. I don't fully know like the lore. It was either Juno or Raymond, that guy Raymond, who got doxxed and swatted, or maybe they both got one got doxxed, one got swatted. I don't know. I just know something like that happened to someone, or or both of them. I don't know. But like either way, that's just kind of sad, man. Also, if you're wondering why it's Forsaken gameplay, suddenly out of nowhere, it feels like the rest of my OM clips that I just recorded like 20 minutes ago, kind of corrupted fully. Like it won't even let me like post it. So yeah, that sucks. I lost an Eggman solo. Well, it was basically a solo for like 20, like half of like I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. I think 4 actually, but still whatever. Okay, anyway though, like I was saying, that is just sad. Also, that's why because Juno like left as well. That means that's why two-time Waltz and Dandel and Distress got scrapped. Was there any others that I don't remember? Dandel and Distress, 4 to 6 or 7. I don't know. Yeah, 4 to 7 solo themes got stolen. Not stolen. Got scrapped though. The only ones remaining are Metals, Eggmans, and the Tailses. God damn, my throat is really dry right now. That's really bad timing. Okay, anyway though, like I was saying, you don't like need to like, dox people. Like that's not cool, Only time I respect that is and like actually say go ahead is when it's like, people that just keep doing the same like bad thing, like hacking servers, like Yata or whatever the hell bro's name was that like was I think in like he hacked TD Reborn's Discord server for a minute. Or I think with OM, it was OMs, yeah, I think with OMs. And he also did it to Forsaken before that. So he's like a repeat offender, and in response, some guy with a Knuckles profile pic just decided to dox him, which like that's fair, man. At that point, you should expect that realistically. If you're gonna be a dick, you should expect to be treated like one, Like I don't really know what you expected to happen other than like something drastic like that. Like if people really like something, they're gonna fight for that thing. Obviously, that's what was happening with like TD when it got taken down. Obviously, nothing really happened, but people were fighting. You know, there was like people that were saying like stuff like encouraging like boycotting Sega and stuff like that, and downvoting like sonic.exe, stuff like that. You know, but like which also, by the way, I don't really care about that, man. Honestly, I think it's like not that big of a deal if you were to do that. One other thing though is that that just means that like 0.2 is gonna come out way longer, which like obviously is bad, but at the same time the devs slash people that like had the music and then left can't do nothing about that. They felt unsafe working in that like in this community, which is bad. That is sad and pathetic, not on them, but on the community. That's right, the entire community, even the people that were goody two shoes, are at fault in some degree. You know why? Cause we didn't discourage this. We didn't do a good enough job. So like at the same time, well, yeah, it obviously is more so on like the people who are actually doing bad things. It's more so on their faults. At the same time, though, everyone still has some kind of part to play in it because like obviously people were trying to help and stuff like that, but we failed clearly. We lost four really good teams. Like we lost the best teams in the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Amy's replacement and Sonic's replacement aren't bad, but like they're not good either. Like they're just eh. That does not mean that they're bad by any means. Like I said, Sonic's theme is actually kind of good, but like just no lyrics, which kind of upsets me. Honestly, I wish there was lyrics. That's why I like Break Free so much, because the lyrics. Amy solo, I don't really like, honestly, but it is really short, like 2 minutes, so that's like the one benefit to it. It's just not fair to the rest of the community that, like, all this is happening because some bad actors were, like, completely unfair and just ruined everything, but, like, same time, it's everyone's fault to an extent. It's my fault, it's everyone's fault, because, like, we didn't call it out in time. We didn't stop it. Obviously, there's not much we can do, but like still, I don't know why, but I was kind of expecting someone to like have doxed like the person that like did all the bad stuff, or like the people, plural, that did all the bad stuff, maybe. But like that just hasn't happened. Now, given obviously you can't always have that happen, but like still, it would have been fun. It would have been like the good ending, basically. Of course, the good ending, yeah, like, which is kind of sad, the fact that the good ending is just, someone else getting doxxed, or multiple people getting in, like, big trouble. That's kind of sad if that's the good ending, but, like, there's no real better ending in that situation. I don't know, man. Obviously, at the end of the day, the community can only do so much, and, like, if like, the music creators really feel like that, we obviously can't stop them or make them, like, obviously just, like, force them to, like, come back, make better music or anything. The one plus side, though, the fact that apparently, they're gonna try and make better themes, which, like, it's gonna be pretty damn difficult when it's, like, you have really hard, like, insanely difficult to beat themes to go up against. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible. Like, I truly believe that they still have a lot of talent on the team, but, like, I don't know, man. The odds are unlikely though, because dude, nah. The themes are crazy though, and also, like I said before, Shadow's theme wasn't that bad. Was it amazing to me? Nah, but like, yeah, it wasn't that bad, man. Realistically speaking, it wasn't garbage or anything. It just, kind of mid, I guess. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. Like, it was still, actually, it was still good. It just wasn't like the same effort as like the others. Not effort, like the same like feeling as the others. Like, for example, Eggman's. It was like the same as Eggman's. I mean, to me, like it still was good, but like it just felt empty in a sense. kind of, you know, because it didn't really have lyrics, but, you know, it's not until now we need lyrics, obviously. I believe Silver's solo is still unaffected because it wasn't even finished to begin with, and I'm pretty sure Blaze's is also untouched, but I have no idea. Kind of hope it isn't. It doesn't like it hasn't been ruined, like they'll take it away. I mean, because like, you know, that would really push it back, but also because like, you know, the theme's good. It's also got lyrics. One of the only themes that has actual like lyrics now currently. Because like, you know, all we have is like Eggman laughing, doing a basic like monologue. I think at the end maybe, and like what else are we even? Oh yeah, Sonic like talking briefly in his solo. Yeah, that's just how some of this community can be, though, man. You know, like it's just sad, honestly. Because I guarantee the people that were doing that, insulting and like harassing, like the music, like Juno and that guy Raymond, can't even make anything. Like they can't, provide no use to society. They don't provide entertainment. They don't do anything. They probably work at best. They probably work a minimum wage job. That's the best thing that I can come up with for them providing anything to society. I'm working a basic minimum wage job, serving people in like a Starbucks or something. You know, doing the bare minimum, having the most basic influence in someone's life or anyone's life, realistically. You know, that's all I can see them doing that would provide any sort of use. Cause like. I mean, if they have any talent, they're just wasting it, clearly, at that point, you know? Like, yeah, I mean, like, genuinely, they're just wasting their talent at that point, which is just kind of sad, honestly. The fact that they're, like, wasting their talent on, like, just making someone else's life worse is kind of just, like, it's just, like, cartoon villain type crap, bro, you know? Like, downright, like, hating someone for, like, basically no reason just because you can, and doing the goofiest thing possible. It's just perfect cartoons, like villain level crap, bro. Which is just sad. I guarantee at least a couple of them people that were being pricks thought that they were like in an anime or that they were like so cool and tough, bro. I guarantee. That's like what a lot of them seem to be like. They all like seem to think that they're like special and unique and all that, you know. Which is just kind of sad, honestly. But it is what it is, you know? You gotta weed them out, you gotta beat the crap out of them somehow, you know? Whether it be physically or just simply, you know, with words or, you know, anything, you know? You just gotta make them face some kind of punishment, you know? Any kind of punishment, because you know, a lot of them do anything about it. They don't do nothing about it, realistically, unless it's, like, serious, like, hacking like full like a bank or you know like something like that, like bank servers or whatever, you know, like something like that. But like if it's just like, you know, something on Discord, then like no, that's fine, bro, that's totally legal. Which is just kind of sad, man, honestly. But it is what it is, you know. Can't do much about it. Yeah, I'm done.